Guys, check this out. I came across this nightmare creature online. Part spider, part scorpion, looking so alien it's like something from another planet. Despite not being true spiders, this fierce predator, commonly known as a camel spider. Wow, those chainsaw jaws. I like to call it the meat grinder spider. Can it be kept as a pet? Just searched an online marketplace. Oh my god, people actually sell these. Check the price. A dirt cheap pet at just $4. How crazy is that? I want to buy one as a pet. Go grab one now. 7 days later, my package finally showed up. Shipping delays had me worrying. Is my creepy pet even alive in there? Wow, holding my breath, I unwrapped the package, praying this tough little beast survived the shipping roulette. Thank goodness! My pet spider actually survived. It's not just alive, but in great shape. The moment I set it free, it started darting around with surprisingly fast speed. This little guy darted across my desk and vanished in a blink. No wonder some also call it the wind scorpion. Out in the wild, their speed is truly something else. My terrarium materials haven't arrived yet, so I've temporarily placed the meat grinder spider in this small container. Don't be surprised, it has incredible climbing skills just like Spider-Man. Take a look at these unique structures on its body. They've evolved specifically for speed and climbing. 3 days later. Oh no, the worst thing happened. My little pet suddenly died after eating a mealworm. Could the worm have been contaminated? Or did it eat too much? The mealworm was actually about the same size as the spider, and my pet seemed perfectly healthy before. It was more fragile than I thought. Part of its body got accidentally eaten by ants. Then I buried it in the soil and placed a flower on the grave. I hope it rests in peace. I'm truly sorry I didn't take better care of you. 2 days later, my 2 new meat grinder spiders arrived. This time much faster and both are in good shape. Okay, the moment of truth has come. I'm letting my pet spider crawl onto my hand. I have to admit, I'm pretty nervous. With those sharp jaws like a pair of blades, if it ever clamps down, it'd crush my hand like a meat grinder. So terrifying. The second it crawled onto my hand, my heart raced. I'll admit, my first up-close encounter with this species had me on edge, but that tension quickly melted away. It wasn't nearly as scary as I'd imagined. In fact, those tiny legs moving across my skin felt almost like a massage, oddly gentle. It didn't even try to bite me. Who knew something called a meat grinder could be this adorable? When I held my finger near its jaws, I still couldn't bring myself to get too close. The moment it senses movement, it gets all defensive and starts lunging at me. All right, sweet dreams for now. Little one, time to build you a cozy new home. Camel spiders mainly inhabit desert regions across Africa, West Asia, and the Americas. Recreating a basic desert ecosystem is all you really need for them. Here's the kicker. I ordered all 4 types of terrarium supplies online for just $14 total. Pretty decent for the price. Now that all the materials are ready, let's set up a simple desert terrarium. Start by pouring desert-sourced fine sand into the container. Next, add this twisted driftwood piece. I love how its natural curves create instant hiding spots for the spider. Just plug any gaps in the wood with substrate and bury it partially under the sand for stability. Camel spider, often mistaken for spider, are not true spider. They do not spin webs and inhabit harsh environments like hot deserts and the edges of the Gobi. With scarce food resources, they've evolved into highly aggressive predators capable of hunting birds, small mammals, and reptiles. Raising camel spiders in captivity is straightforward. You'll only need sand in a sheltered space, no complex setup. They don't require additional water, as they absorb moisture from their prey. Under the right temperature conditions, they'll thrive and stay healthy. Wow, the camel spider's hideout is all set. Looks decent, and I hope my little buddy likes it. Scatter a few small rocks around to add texture. To keep things low maintenance, I'm using a potted mini cactus instead of planting directly. It looks authentic and makes watering a breeze. Done! A fuss-free desert habitat that's both functional and easy to care for. Wait, I totally forgot to include the Wukong sculpture. This piece actually ties the whole desert theme together, giving it that perfect mysterious edge. Honestly, I'm hooked on how it looks. Simple but seriously cool. Alright, here comes our little star. When it first arrived at its new home, what would it do? Surprisingly, it headed straight for the hideout and walked right in, pretty clever. Okay, let's let it rest for the night. The next day, I added a feeder roach to the ecosystem, which looks like a tiny shield and scurried across the ground, oddly fun to watch. Our meat grinder, Spider, hasn't eaten for days, time to feed it. I placed the feeder roach right in front of it, but it doesn't seem interested. What's going on here? Our little buddy kicked into hyper-exploration mode. What's funny? When it first bumped into the roach on the sand, it didn't even realize it was food. It paused, glanced back, almost like it missed a clue, until it dawned on the spider. Hey, that's my snack! Then, without hesitation, it dove right in. After half an hour, it finally finished eating. Was it still hungry? Better not overfeed it, too much isn't healthy. Once it becomes an adult, it'll grow significantly larger. July and August are the peak mating season for camel spiders. Maybe it's time to find him a companion. During the day, camel spiders retreat into burrows to avoid the scorching ground heat. At night, they become active, hunting for prey. After some exploring, it returned to its hideout where it feels safe and secure. Both spiders I bought are male. I originally kept them separately, but decided to try housing them together in one terrarium. Would they get along peacefully? Turns out they seemed cautious, almost like they were sizing each other up. I quickly realized cohabitation wasn't a good idea. Better safe than sorry. I separated them again and will wait until later to introduce a female for mating. That should be interesting. Alright, that's all for today's episode with our pet meat grinder, Spider. We'll keep this pet series going with more fun content soon. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. We'd also love to hear your suggestions. Thanks so much for watching.